So here are my top three. The first tip, be in the here and now. Why is this so important? Well, I feel like for a lot of us, we tend to dwell in the past. Guilt is something, they call it the mama's guilt, oh, we didn't do this right. So our child is like, we as moms, for some reason, we feel like every wrong thing is our fault. And everything that goes well, we never give ourselves credit for. I know at least myself, when my kids do something in public or at a birthday party, I feel like, oh, it's my fault. I didn't do this, or I didn't notice this. And so I'm thinking in the past, I should have, I could have. And so I'm not in this moment saying, all right, here's what happened. What can I do now? And also sometimes in the future, I feel like we tend to worry a lot about our kids, what they'll do in the next step, what they'll be like an adult. We're constantly worrying about their future. So being in the here and now can sort of take our minds away from both of those spectrums and be present with our kids. Being present, being in the moment is one of the core components of mindfulness. So I like this quote from Jon Kabat-Zinn. The best way to capture moment is to pay attention. This is how we cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness means being awake. It means knowing what you're doing. I can't tell you how many times I've been on autopilot and I am not fully conscious of how I'm reacting to something, what I'm choosing, what I'm doing, right? I'm in reaction mode and I'm not in, creating what I want. I'm more dealing with whatever storm is coming my way. So being in that present moment, according to Jon Kabat-Zinn, is being in the moment, fully present, and non-judgmentally. And I like that non-judgmentally because I feel like us as parents, we tend to judge ourselves a lot. And normally when we're judging ourselves, we're not judging ourselves in a way that we're patting ourselves on the back. We're judging ourselves for what we didn't do, or did do. I like this quote from Lao Tzu. If you're depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. And I think this is so true. I know for myself, when I kept dwelling on the past and what my kids did and something that happened, I was miserable. I don't know about you, but I have, we're having some challenges getting covered surfaces for my oldest son for a little while. And we're really battling our case manager. And I remember we had a conversation on Friday and literally I was so upset from this conversation that I thought about it the whole entire weekend. Like I could not stop thinking about this conversation. I was completely in the past, right? And, and then I realized, I'm like, oh my God, she's in the shower with me. I'm thinking about her nonstop. Like this wasn't healthy, right? And it depressed me because I just kept thinking all these bad thoughts of what was the outcome of that conversation. And then I started being anxious every time we moved, we needed to address some of the challenges and redo my son's plan. And I got so much anxiety. Will we have to go through another battle? Will this be like past times? And I found myself battling so many of these emotions. So this last time when we had to go through the process for renewal, I decided I'm going to be in the present moment. I'm not going to judge her approaches and what she's done in the past. And I'm not going to have anxiety that she may not cover what we need in the future. And so when I was talking to our case manager, I was fully present. I was sending as much acceptance to her in that moment, in her role. And I listened to her and I expressed my needs. And I will tell you, by being at peace in that moment and not bringing in the past challenges I've had with her or worrying about what she would or would not do in the future, we didn't have any issues. I'm not to say it was maybe something changed with her, but I was able to address her concerns because I wasn't so worried and anxious and ready to fight her when she was ready to ask for more information and resist and say, well, why do you need it? I was at peace with the situation. And so I was able to handle it where it was a positive outcome for me, for my son, for everyone. So really bringing your thoughts into the moment really has so many benefits on so many levels.